Hey, how's it going?
Peace.
Mike. Hey, so I got a question. So my half brother is black, and all throughout my life we've been raised together. And everywhere we've gone, people look at us different. We went to a private school, and all these white folks, my own race, is looking at me different.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out why I associate myself with him.
Yeah.
And a majority of my friends are all black. And I just want to know, why do you think white people look at people that associate themselves with black people? Why do they look at us weird?
Man, I don't ultimately know each individual reason. What I do know is the greatest robbery that racism does is it takes black people. Dr. John Henrik Clarke said that the most tragic thing that happened to African Americans, period, or blacks in the diaspora that slavery and stuff happened to, is that to be taken from the respectful discourse of world history, right? Mm-hmm. To have that robbed, so your humanity is robbed of you. Another very tragic thing about racism and about privilege is it teaches you that somehow you're better just because. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't just teach you other people are worse somehow. Mm-hmm. You're better just because. So why would you associate with someone who isn't like you? So if you learn about the American Revolution, you hear about it from the romanticized version of we were a rebel colony, we broke away from the crown, we did our thing. You're going to think in terms of a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant person, we did that. So if your teachers aren't wise enough to tell you, well, the first person to die on behalf of this country was a black man named Crispus Attucks, you never see those people as equal. So you grew up in this bubble where you're robbed of the full information that'll get you to appreciate people, period. Yeah. Right? If you love railroads and you don't understand that Chinese workers worked at an underpaid or virtue indentured servitude to build those railroads that came out of the West, you don't have the proper appreciation for the Chinese people out West that you should have. So for me, if we teach world history and American history in a truer way, then you begin to get a real appreciation from top to bottom. Now, the truth of the matter is racism in terms of our numbers and bigotry haven't changed much in 40 or 50 years. So there's some security in thinking I'm superior. Like, just like all black folks think we can dance, rap, and sing, right? A lot of white people think simply by being born, like Jeff Sessions said, that white history is a part of American law history. Yeah. You think simply because I'm born, man, I'm on the right side of the law. So probably what history courses has robbed us of, what racism and bigotry have robbed us of, is not just black people and our dignity and our humanity, but it has robbed white children of the ability to learn that other people are equal to you by their, not only the character of their self, but by the deeds and action they've done on behalf of this country and the world.
We have some white folks in the room.
Just even wonder, when you hear this, does that what is that like? What do you think when you hear him say that about how people are taught or programmed?
I don't know, man. I think it is God's will. Same way people learn how to, they're better athletes born. People are born in different ways. I wasn't born a Kardashian. I'd like to be one, but I wasn't born one. If I was born one, then maybe I would think that certain way. There's a lot of situations you're born in. You can either get up and get out and do what you got to do, or you can sit there and wallow in a victimhood. So,
what's the God's will part mean? I don't understand that.
Meaning, you were born how you were born, and what you do with it is what you do.
You mean your skin color?
If that's what we're talking about particularly, yeah.
No, I was talking about history.
Education.
I'm
you
talking
said white.
about.
You said
No. What I said was this: white children are robbed of true education because they're not giving historical facts that will make them appreciate people who don't look like them. That's different from saying you're born white, you have a privilege, that's your fault. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that because our educational system will teach radicalized history that's not true from a proper perspective, it robs you of an opportunity to appreciate your neighbor because you don't see him. So as a black kid, me not seeing myself in the history books is corrosive for me because it makes me think I wasn't there. But it's almost equally and just as bad for you because it robs you of an opportunity to see that others were there. This country is here not because a rebel group of white people just broke off from Britain. It's here because a group of people started to collaborate and cooperate that were also non-white. At some point, the 5 civilized tribes had to help America. At some point, the people who were former slaves who had become freed had to help America. And if all and the immigrants who came in the early 19th century had to, if we all wouldn't have collectively worked together, this country would be
Would be
shit.
no America,
So
sure.
I'm never attacking you on skin color because only God and your parents who were fucking real good determine that, right? What I'm saying is that there's more you can learn historically that'll make you appreciate the other people in this room who don't look like you. And I think that because we're all intelligent people, it's imperative that we partner with, we learn, and we befriend people who are not culturally or look like us so that we can greater appreciate others and therefore create an environment of true equality.